welcome back to another video of FlareFX, where we make trading simple. So the feedback from the post has been going very well. Thank you guys for the love. Make sure you do comment, share, subscribe. Today I'll be breaking down EURGBP, so stay tuned because there is going to be entries in here. So if you're new here, please do watch the other videos as well so you don't get confused with anything else. But in this weekly market breakdown, I want to include add a mixture of Falcon, as well, like patterns is too, not necessarily patterns, but to show what different strategies and what they hold, you know what I mean? Because a lot of people don't understand the difference between a swing strategy and like a scalping strategy as well, you get what I mean? So I'm gonna try and do my best to incorporate it just so you can also understand and see what other trades that are seeing, what other traders are seeing, what other people are trading like, you get what I mean? So yes, before we get into all the nice things, let me just hop onto the charts and start explaining everything. So obviously for me, like we always do in all our weekly breakdowns, we always start from the higher time frame, marking the swing points and the swing highs, right? But before we move, right, sometimes you kind of have to use your eyes to be like before you mark out anything else, right? This is EURGBP, and the main reason why I chose this one for this week is because I want to show you how to trade even like raging markets and consolidating markets instead of looking for a picture perfect setups or picture perfect pairs, you get what I mean? I want to show you how to trade even in the clutter, you get what I mean? So before we start off, right, obviously usually I mark out the highs, but for now we can already see that this pair hasn't really been moving anywhere per se. This is on the 4-hour time frame, so we've been really consolidating. Yes, these lows, it just comes and retests, and like it's just in a sideways movement. As you can see, if I could take price, like it's just moving sideways the whole time, right? So I just want to show you how I analyze this type of market and how you can execute it as well, right? So obviously we're going to be looking into where we are right now, the current market price. We're not trying to look too far. Here's a low, here's a low, here's a high, here's a low, here's a high, there's a low, there's a high, this is a low, right? Perfection. So now we understand what points we're looking at. These are swing points, these are reference, these are take profit zones, these are areas of understanding how the market has been moving and where we can plan on executing, right? So as you can see, right, another thing that I also want to explain, right, is the whole situation of market structure, how important it is. If you understand it, it's very important, right? So obviously let me just use this thing to break it down, right? Obviously this is a downtrend. We all know this is a downtrend because of the lows that it makes and the lower lows and the lower highs that it makes, right? So clean, let me just fix it up just a bit. There you go. So we mark out this as a low, this is a high, this is a low, this is a high, right? So obviously in our realm of trading, right, there's strong highs, there's weak lows as much as it is. So when price this is a low, right? If price comes and breaks this low, we classify this as a strong high because it has broken a low, right? It takes a lot to break a low. So when that happens, we automatically classify it as a high, right? So automatically we're gonna say this is a strong low because it hasn't broken this high, right? So we say this is a strong low. Price does what it does, it corrects or it pulls back in, right? So once price pulls back in, forms a high and breaks this low, we classify this as weak low and a strong high, right? These are strong highs because they're consistently breaking lows, right? Clean cut, simple, right? Let's move all the things on top, right? So now let's say price does something like this, right? So automatically we highlight this as a low, right? So now price automatically, let me use this arrow too. So price has already broken this low, make this went down over here, formed this low as well, went up, and now it corrected back in here, right? Once price corrects back in here and goes higher, then we can classify this as a strong low. Where is it? We can classify this as a strong low because it hasn't been broken yet, right? So it came back, it pulled back, and then if price continues to break this high over here, then we can classify this as a strong low. This is a weak high. This is a weak high now. This is a weak high now because automatically price has changed into what? Bullish now because of this change of character, right? So I don't know if you understand, but if I've clarified with this thing, right, I just want you to understand the basic of market structure, right, over here, right? So we can overall come into the charts and I explain it better, the best way I possibly can, right? So obviously we come over here, it's a simple clean cut finish situation. There's a low over here, there's a high over here, there's a low over here, there's a high over here, like the same way we were explaining. This is a strong high, this is a weak low. Why? Because prices came and broken this low, so automatically this is a strong high. So we come with the pencil, we mark it over here. This is a strong high, right? Because it broke this low. It came up here, it formed this thing, it pulled back. It didn't break this low. This low hasn't been broken yet, you get what I mean? So we could still classify this as a very strong low because it hasn't been broken yet, right? And the nice thing about this now, we'll get, like, price action gives you clues on where you could execute and how you can move forward, right? Automatically, we could look over here and we can see that there was a change of character over here, right? Automatically, we know that price has already changed the trend that it's going in. And you already know that we're trading in a consolidation. We've been trading in a consolidation. So when price does this, it's indicating to you that, hey, guy, like, we're trying to go to the top again, right? So now also your market understanding should understand this. And you must remember, this is on the 4-hour time frame. So, like, it's the confluence that are stacking up before we even go into, like, the lower time frames and stack up confluences. It makes sense now because we understand where the market is trying to go on the higher time frame, right? Okay, cool, that's fine. Prices came back down, formed a whole correction over here. This is a correction. I'm gonna draw it out with the flag patterns as well because I'm trying to show you what the difference between these strategies are. So with falcons and flag patterns and patterns, as much as it is, it's like a swing strategy. They show you long-term direction or long-term, like, swinging. You can swing with the strategy. You understand where the market is trying to go and where you can execute long term. You get what I mean? So price came back down over here, mitigated an order block over here in the lower time frames, right? And then proceeded to move up. It broke structure. We understand that. So this is a strong low, like we clarified, right? It has broken this high over here. It's gonna look clean on the lower time frames, obviously, as we go lower. But yeah, on the higher time frame, before we even go low, we need to understand what are we doing. We've changed character here. Price came back down, mitigated over here, and continues to move higher, right? What are we looking at? There's this strong high over here. There's a strong high over here. There's a strong high over here. Well, this could be broken. We're planning on breaking this thing, right? As much as it is, okay? We take a step back and we understand that this is where we are planning on taking price. This is where we're planning on taking any profit, right? So now we move on to the lower time frames, a simple cut finish. Since we are on the lower time frames, we understand that this was a high before it has been broken. So now we obviously take the Fibonacci, right? From the high, simple, over here to over here. Then automatically it highlights this order block, right? This is a place where we're interested in executing, right? So this is on the 1 hour time frame for me. I don't mind highlighting the whole order block. It's not that hectic as much as it is because there is liquidity resting here, right? It's not even a situation of FOMO, not situation, but it's like if you want to enter price, if the Fibonacci is not necessarily like a holy grail strategy, you get what I mean? It just gives you clues on where price could come back, right? Sometimes it does come back to the Fibonacci and taps in and goes. Sometimes it does pull in a little bit deeper and wakes just above these margins are over here, and then sometimes, you know, it just follows, you get what I mean? Sometimes it doesn't come to the Fibonacci. We're not the market, we're just trying to anticipate, right? So cool. We've highlighted this order block that it is highlighted on the 1 hour time frame, right? And where did we get this order block? Because this is let me even label it like this. We can even as an internal change of structure because change of character already happened over here and it continues to happen over here. So we could just mark it out as a change of character because it is on the 1 hour time frame. This is a change of character over here. Change of character, we use the Fibonacci to figure out an entry zone, right? Now, obviously, we can't be like, yeah, Fibonacci, entry zone, order block. The order block needs to make sense. Now we go on the lower time frame to see if the order block that we've highlighted makes sense. Does it have the confluences, right? Confluence number 1. Has it broken structure? Yes, it has broken structure over here. As you can clearly see, it has broken structure. It even continued to change character as much as it is. You get what I mean? Because it carried on moving higher. Okay, has it purged liquidity? Yes, there was a previous candle over here. It came, it wicked down it, and it just pushed up. And it also moved impulsively. So it automatically makes sense. This order block makes sense because it does meet our entry criteria. So we highlight everything just so it looks nice because we are going to screenshot this thing. There's a purge of liquidity. The X represents a purge of liquidity. And there you go. You could even highlight the whole order block, but as much as it is, it looks cleaner, especially on the 1 hour, as much as it is. We're following that. Let's just put it all the way here. Simple cut finish. And I'm sure it makes sense on the 15-minute now. Exactly. So yes, this is a place where we're interested in executing. This is also as a demand zone as much as it is based on the candles and it's everything because of the way it moved up, right? All of this happening here is liquidity, everything happening here. And remember, it probably was a bank holiday or something was happening with the euro and the GBP, hence why the pairs were clashing, especially as the market was closing on Friday. So when the market is going to move, it's going to move really impulsively, right? So we understand that this is a point where we're trying to execute, right? Now we have to go to the higher time frames to understand where can we take out, because we've already identified where we're entering and where we're exiting. Well, stop loss wise, we know where we don't want, when price comes to that stop loss, we want to be taken out, and we know where we're going to execute. Now we need to know where we're going to come out of the trade, right? So we're going to go on the higher time frame, and this is where I'm also going to incorporate the strategy of Falcon, right? So perfection, we take the thingy, and then we just mark out the highs like this. Clean cut finish. We can already see this is the first touch. We can even highlight it with the pencil. This is the first touch, this is the second touch, and we're anticipating a third touch over here, right? Beautiful cut, clean cut finish, and then we come over here. We could probably anticipate the same thing, or we could even use this lows, because now it's nice, we understand where the market structures come. Can you see? So now I think understanding where your targets could be, right? So before we go into the targets, once again, already I anticipate price is gonna come over here, tap for that third touch, come into our entry, and then go up, right? So now we can move the whole Falcon stuff. So I just wanted to kind of clarify that you could use it. It's very good as a confidence and understanding where the direction is trying to go. Like it's good to dance with the market as much as it is. So obviously the places where you could target are the highs, right? Even that one is a proper way to target, because we are going higher. Most definitely we are going higher to this point. So I'm gonna just remove this. We understand as a reference point we could look into targeting these two highs on the 4-hour time frame, but for now I'm also interested in the one right over here, right? Because it's the most recent one and we're trading recent price action, right? Go on the low time frame, right? So this is where I would put my limit order right over here. Take profit one would probably be the last recent high. Then the second one will probably be the top over here. This is also liquidity. Look at these. Other people call it a double top, and we call it liquidity as much as it is, right? So you highlight the whole order block just like this. So yes, this is definitely a swing trade. We could even remove this as well. This is definitely a swing trade. So we wait for price to come into this point, tap us in over here, and then fly all the way to the top. So it could look something similar to this. Let me just show you. Something similar to this. And then it continues to skyrocket the same way it came out, right? Like that. So we could see something similar to this. You could put an alert, let price do what it does, and then fly all the way to take profit 1 and then 2, right? So yes, let me just go over everything one more time so you can understand, right? We're in a consolidating market. We'll start on the high time frame. Consolidating market, right? We've printed highs and lows. We understand that we have recently touched this low of this range or this consolidation, and we're planning to go high. Why are we saying we're going high? Because there's a change of character, number one. Number two, price came back, failed to break this low, so it is automatically a what? A strong low. This is also influenced by what? The change of character that happened on the 1 hour time frame, as we can see over here, right? So already there's a change of character that happened here, a change of character number 2, right? Implementing that, yes, there has been a change of towards a bullish market sentiment, right? Since that happened, what did we do? We highlighted over here and over here. Clean cut simple. We know we could have used this range over here, right? Automatically, nothing's wrong with it, but already there's an order block that had already printed, right? And it's not even a situation where of FOMO where we're trying to miss out, but as much as it is, it's not going to be perfect, guys. It's not going to be perfect, right? Automatically, we are targeting the first high, right? The first recent high that we really had, the swing high, right? The Fibonacci says we can target over here, right? This is also good because on the higher time frame, it's probably like a supply zone or something. Exactly, you see. So over here like this, clean cut simple, this is a supply zone too, so you could target this high. If it does a supply zone, it's going to be a situation where let me just show you how the market also moves. It's going to be a situation where it's gonna tap in, price is gonna tap in here, come all the way, mitigate that supply zone over here, come back into it, and then further going up, right? So then we're going to use the Fibonacci obviously to understand where we're going to be targeting. It's going to highlight the properly. Obviously I didn't draw it proper, but it's going to highlight the zone. And the nice thing about this one, it's gonna, price is usually gonna reverse on that initial TP, come back over here. This is a resistance area, so it could see price tapping in, and you could just scale in, you understand what I mean? So initially this is take profit 1, this is take profit 2. It's based on this supply zone over here, and then we have take profit 3, usually right around this order block. I guess we could say that this one over here, couldn't highlight a profit, but yeah, it's based on that order block, right? So we can be looking at a trade that is a 1:7 long-term trade. If you have an account, look into scaling this. This is a very good trade, very good setup. I like the fact that we are in a consolidating market, so we know once we've touched here, the chances of us going higher and higher to touch the other highs is more probable, you know, based on that explanation of strong highs and weak lows as much as it is. So really, thank you for watching. Like, comment, share, and for more videos, keep on reposting on your Instagram, keep on DMing me for video suggestions, guys. This is what I'm seeing for EURGBP. I'm trying to make the videos a little bit shorter as much as it is, because I've been hearing a lot of comments, but more and more videos are going to come, guys. Risk management videos, psychology videos, more so. I just wanted to get a hang of the whole YouTube situation, and I think now the feedback is giving me more motivation. So just make sure you subscribe, repost on your stories if you found any help. Anything really helps, you know, just to keep on me going, keep me pushing. But overall, really appreciate everything.